What's going on, everybody? This is an episode from the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast. Do you like podcasts and you want to see the full podcast? Make sure you check out the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast on all your podcast platforms, such as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, among many others. But you're listening to the episode right here on YouTube, so make sure you hit that like button and below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button to NC Studios and NC Level Up for all your gaming needs. This is the Nerd Coalition. Enjoy the show. Also, somebody else who's in the TNA Hall of Fame, who is a legend icon himself, they call him, as Tony Schiavone would say, Sting! Well, we didn't get a chance to review or Dynamite or anything like that, and I'm not going to here, but however, Sting had an announcement on Dynamite. No, not one of Tony Khan announcements that he keep on dragging until he get through all his shows. I'm talking about Sting came out and he finally announced it that Sting, he said his final match is going to be at Revolution, which is February or early March of 2024. That's when Sting is going to retire. And he got the microphone, and then he said, everybody's talking about when he's going to retire, was going to be at Wembley Stadium. But he wasn't at the time yet. Then he said he talks about his beginnings and some of the people that he shared the ring with, like Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan, and they booed.
Of course they did. I'll probably boo at home if I seen it live.
They booed Hulk Hogan. So you know what? So I said
he didn't say Ric. He said Ric Flair.
Yeah, he said Ric Flair.
Okay.
He says Dusty, Hogan, and Ric Flair. So it's funny. Some people online was just like, no, they're booed because Hulk Hogan was Hollywood Hulk Hogan and NWO was Sting's greatest rival. And I said, Dow Sim, talk about reaching. I said, okay, sure. Some of these casual wrestling fans is booing because Sting had the rivalry with the NWO back in 1997. And they're booing Hulk Hogan because of that, how he got screwed over at Starrcade. They're booing Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan's a trash individual. The end.
Brother, if it weren't for me, I held up the buildings to 9/11, brother. I saved 30,000 people, brother. If it weren't for me, more people would have died, brother.
On what day, Hogan?
It's a fact. On what day, brother? September 11th, 2001, brother.
God.
I held that building up with my might. I did the best that I could.
With the 20-inch python.
It was a 20-inch python.
24-inch. 24-inch at that time. It was 24-inch pythons, brother.
I wanted to text her. I was like, is anybody reading this shit? Or I'm like, y'all. They booed because Hulk Hogan
brother. I dropped my leg on this dude named Thanos, brother, and he just turned into dust, brother. That's just how it happened.
You know what's crazy though, Mr. A&E? That's not even the wildest wrestling takes you would see. That's such a mild wrestling take compared to the stuff I see.
Oh my gosh. I seen an interview and he was like, they called him to have a match at WrestleMania last year.
Uh-huh.
And he said, no, I don't want to do it, but my son is going to wrestle. And you know the reason why his son didn't wrestle, why it didn't go through?
Why?
Because Shane tore his quad. Now just tell me. Just tell me what is that? Just tell me the lie. Tell me the lie.
Where's the lie?
Because how was the match supposed to happen at Mania if Shane tore his quad? He tore his quad at Mania. So tell me how did that work? Tell me how that worked, Hogan. He said, we couldn't do it because Shane tore his quad, brother. All right.
He said in front of millions of people, that man tore his quad right in front of Snoop Dogg in the world at Mania. Yes. And that was fucked up. I laughed. Shouldn't have, but I laughed. I laughed hard. Oh, thank you for bringing that up right now. That's gold right there. That is some gold.
And first of all, they weren't gonna have your son in it. His son is like a convicted murderer, ain't he?
I don't know. Remember his nephew Horace Hogan at WCW?
Oh my! You mean Stone Cold Jr.?
Yes. Oh, Q, man, you had to see Yo,
Nah, I'm about to send Kill picture of Horace
I'm
Hogan
about to
right
say,
now.
Horace Hogan was just like, yo, is your Uncle Hogan or
Yo,
you
don't send me a
to
picture of somebody named Horace Hogan.
are you
Oh no,
trying to
brother!
be
No,
Stone?
nah, brother. This is Hulk Hogan's nephew.
Yeah, nephew, he trying so hard to be Stone Cold.
And when you hear Hogan, you would think
Oh.
that long hair at least or something. He look like he's from Venice Beach or something. Nah,
Mm-hmm.
brother.
Not this guy. Not this guy
Not
at all.
Break the
Oh,
glass.
Lord.
Break the glass.
Let me see. Oh, why you not loading up? Come on, man.
Oh yeah, no, because I just heard
It'll
it
pop
go
up.
off.
It'll pop up. Yeah, let's continue. We're on the clock.
Yeah, Stone Cold Jr. Exactly what it was, man. Look, he's like he was trying on his little trainer wheels.
Hey, yo, what's up? Yo, who man's is this? What the
heck? He said, "Who's man? Who's man?" Oh man, when they was ripping him a new one on that CM Post podcast he got when he talk about he called him Scuff Steve Austin. That was dead. I was dead. But yeah, Sting said, look, his very first match was at Revolution 2021. His last will be at Revolution 2024. Get ready for the last year of the Stinger. And so Sting is going to finally retire. And I wanted to ask y'all, like, how do y'all feel about Sting? His career, and what do y'all feel as though his final opponent is going to be?
Oh, we already know. Come on now.
I don't. Who you think going to be?
You really don't know.
Darby going to be trying to get himself killed.
It's gonna be Darby, man. Come on now.
It's gonna be Darby. My thing is though, like, I don't know. Sting should not be retiring at AEW.
I'm about to say ...
Well, I mean, WCW is not around.
Look,
man.
Okay, where should Sting be retiring in your opinion?
He should retire, man. He should retire. Y'all know where? Back home at the E, man.
The E is not his home. He only had 2 matches in the E. Come on now.
All right.
Well,
go call Flair.
3.5.
Let both of them had a retirement match right then and there.
Honestly,
Sting had 4 matches in WWE.
I would rather Sting have his retirement, like just have it be an event, and have him retire with WWE.
Look, honestly, do I mind Sting retiring? Because at AEW, the only reason why, because first of all, honestly, Sting has always been WCW. Okay? And since WCW doesn't exist no more, it is infused with WWE now. But AEW is on Turner again. It is back home for Sting. He's back on TNT where he dominated in the 90s. I have no problem with that. My biggest thing is Sting should have got a better opportunity in WWE than he did. He had that awesome match until he lost. Then he had that terrible 2-3 minute match with the Big Show, which turned into a tag team match player with him and John Cena against Big Show and was it Dolph? Or not Dolph, Seth Rollins, something like that. He had that tag team match, and then he did the Seth Rollins versus.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, dude, he first off, bro, if he had gotten the Taker match that we all wanted, like I probably wouldn't even be complaining like this.
All right, we'll call Mark out of retirement then. They can do a cinematic. They can do a cinematic one if they.
They could do a fire
cinematic one, but that's Vince and WWE at that time that they was not going to clear Sting. You recognize they didn't clear Sting. They didn't clear Daniel Bryan. They didn't clear Edge. The only reason why Edge came back is because he had loyalty. If Edge said fuck Vince McMahon, Edge would never came back to WWE. He went out of loyalty for Vince McMahon and told him AEW made me an offer. And I just want to be, because I'm loyal to you, I just want to let you know about that. If Vince is like, well, hold on, you think about wrestling again? You ain't going to wrestle for them, you're going to wrestle for us. That's the only reason why Edge came back. The only reason. So I can understand excuse me, I can understand why people get upset about the whole Sting thing, because Sting they wasn't going to clear him. They was like, okay, well, he's too damaged good because he had the neck problems. I'm not saying Sting is healed from all the neck problems, but look what the fuck Sting has been doing at AEW for the past 3 years. Was something he could have still did. He asked for a cinematic style match with The Undertaker. The ending was good. And when he first came in, you know how Triple H has to work with the guy that is the guy. That's what it always is. Every time somebody new come in or somebody big, Triple H like, hold on. You gotta go through me first. Ugh. Tell me I'm lying. If you go back and look at the history of it.
No, you're right. Well, he can't do that no more with the catheter bag.
Yeah, he can't do no more with the pacemaker. But back with Triple H, like I'm always gonna work with the new guy that's coming in because it'll get us, matches. When Batista came back from Hollywood, he had to do that. When Ronda Rousey first came in, he had to do that. When Sting first came in, he had to do that. That is what Triple H's MO has been. Every time they get somebody new, it's like he wants to be the one that like, let me show you the ropes. Like, really? And then on top of it, he got to win this shit. Like, you serious? Even when Daniel Bryan got hot in 2014, who did Daniel Bryan had to go through to get to the main event? Triple H. This shit happens all the time.
Because he's the game.
Yeah. When CM Punk started going on his, his pipe bombs, well, gotta go to Triple H. That's just the way it's always
Brock
been.
had to go through Triple H.
Yeah, Brock had to go. Come on now. What? They was even playing when The Rock came back to do a Rock, Triple H thing at WrestleMania 32. Really? It's always had to be Triple H. That's, like, come on now. It should have been The Undertaker. He should have said, look, no disrespect to Bray Wyatt. Not at all. It should have been Undertaker and Sting at 31. That's what it should have been. And then if y'all didn't do it at 31, y'all seen this man was healed up. Y'all could have just gave him that cinematic match he could have had with The Undertaker at one of these COVID WrestleManias. He said he was open. It even had to be at WrestleMania. But to even at least tease the thought, that's what everybody was just thinking about. And we didn't get that. We was robbed of that. That was a dream match. One of the dream matches that we was robbed of. And that is very, very unfortunate. So I can understand where you come from, Q's like, yo, I want to retire WWE. I'm like, no. If he had a better run in WWE and they got the match that we got, then we got to see Sting in some actual matches like that. Because the way Tony Khan used to say, I think it's been great. Sting just fucking crazy and been doing too many things he shouldn't be doing.
I will say he probably had one of this run for Sting probably like, I won't say one of his best runs, but I like it's handled, the way that it's handled it's been good.
It's been handled perfect. He's sitting for
because it's like
he's mentoring Darby Allin.
And he's a legend, but like he don't need a title, but like, and they didn't like he didn't even fight for no titles, and so I kind of like that in a sense because it's like he's Sting, he don't need a title or nothing like that.
Yeah, exactly. He is the title almost. So it's great when you're in the ring with Sting, and the man want to do balcony dives, stuff like that. He's just like, hey, I just want to get a chance to do what I want to do before I go out. And I mean, I think Sting is going out the way he want to go out, and he ain't going out like Ric Flair. Because Ric Flair, he ain't going out like Ric Flair, he ain't going out like Hogan. He's going out in really good shape. Sting is 64 years old, and by Revolution, a couple weeks later, he'll be 65 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to hang that up. And it's like, he had an illustrious career. I love watching Sting. I love watching Surfer Sting. I love watching, I'm in my feelings Sting, Crow Sting, Joker Sting, Wolfpack Sting. I was a Sting fan. By the way, what is your favorite Sting?
My favorite is the Crow. My least favorite is Surfer. When I first seen Sting, it was like Wolfpack. It was black and white, the Crow, the red and black Wolfpack. It was always that. So when I seen Surfer, I'm like, they were like, oh yeah, that's Sting, and I'm like, that's Sting. Like, that ain't Sting. Sting is black and white. But then, like, I Googled it. Or, no, I ain't Googled it. Google wasn't a thing. But, like, I looked it up.
Ask Jeeves.
Yeah. I looked it up, and I'm like, oh, God, it is Sting. Like, what is this? So, yeah.
I'll say
my favorite's the Crow.
Oh, my bad.
How about you, Prime?
I'll say one of my least favorite Stings is when he would come out every week against the NWO and time would run out. It's one of my least favorites. I don't know. So, all right, Q, I'm gonna just tell you right now. There's a point of Sting where every single week he would come out against the NWO, but then time would run out. It was like, this is one episode in particular where he jumped in the middle of the ring. It's like, oh my God, it's Sting. Fade to black. It was like, that happened for like a good month of him just coming out, and it's like, oh my God, it's Sting, and then they fade to black. I'm like, well, what happened? We don't know, but
like when DIY reunited and they cut the TV off, they cut the show off.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's like as soon as he landed from the rafters, and like everybody got a surprise look. He didn't even throw a punch in, and it just went off. I'm like, oh,
and that's why the crowd was booing Hulk Hogan.
Right. But no, I liked, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I think probably since because I was watching it live, is one of my favorite Stings is the TNA, not the Impact Sting, not the later TNA Sting, but like Sting when he was like, I would say in one of his primes when he was in TNA. I like that Sting.
Shirt on?
You talking about Main Event Mafia?
No.
I like Main Event Mafia, I ain't gonna lie.
I do too, but that's about when he was like, when he had no shirt on, and then when he had the singlet, when he had the red and black.
Yeah, because he was wrestling with no shirt on. He just had the gloves.
Yeah.
And the red and black tights. I can get with that.
Yeah, so I like that Sting, and then Joker Sting was cool at the time because obviously it's like, all right, see what he's doing. So that was cool. I mean, I don't mind it. Surfer Sting is one of the where I'm like, Surfer Sting is also the dumbest Sting. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, he kind of fell for it.
How many times can you fall for the Four Horsemen? How many times? It's like the Four Horsemen break up, quote unquote, and then Sting like, I'll help you, Rick. I'll help you fight the Four Horsemen. And then in the match, Sting will get turned on by Ric Flair in the match, and they beat him up and jump him. And then like a few months later, I'll help you, Rick, since you don't like the Four Horsemen. Same thing happened. They beat him up and jump him. He fell for at least 4 or 5 times. What are you doing?
Yeah, I would agree. And that Surfer Sting was quite numb.
My favorite one is the one where Flair tagged in, and then he went to the corner. He was like, "Nah." And then when he hit Sting, then he started jumping on him. Like, come on, Sting.
You stabbed me in the back. Yeah, over and over. You're like, bro, come on, now. You gotta be a little bit smart about this. My favorite Sting is it's Crow Sting. I think he was the scariest, the most threatening Sting that ever came. He was my favorite. I didn't have a problem with I'm in my feelings Sting. Where it was like he still had the surfer makeup, but he had the dark brown hair opposed to that bleach blonde high top. That was like right there, like 96, right before he was about to go into the transition to the Crow. I want to like guilty pleasure. I like Wolfpack because Wolfpack was my favorite, but
I didn't like the goatee.
Yeah, there it is. I was like, see, you killed it when you grew facial hair, and I was like, don't. I can never go back to that. I do like the Vigilante. I have no problem with the Vigilante Sting.
You mean pervert Sting?
Pervert Sting.
Yeah, the way he just sitting in the rafters just looking, and they be like, "Oh, it's Sting." He just be sitting there.
Yeah, that's the original Crow Sting.
Yeah, there was some weeks where he was just sitting there. Wasn't he sitting there for like a whole year at one point?
Yeah.
Once he just sitting there, ain't fighting nobody. He was just sitting there.
Point the baseball bat. Yeah, intimidating looking son of a bitch. Then they did. I like Joker Sting in TNA. And I don't know. I would think that my least, because it's hard for me for being a Sting fan to even put Surfer Sting as my least favorite. But my least favorite Sting is 2000s feuding with Vampiro Sting.
Okay.
Okay, you know, like that Sting back when he was talking more and he was trying to be, you know, like Jim Carrey on the mic. I was like, stop. And you know, he was in that whole thing with Vampiro thing sucked. I hated it. And then remember when Vampiro gave him like the bloodbath? He kept that shit on for weeks.
Yeah, that was
yeah. that was. Then he had the whole burning stunt double fall off the Titantron. Then he had the dog biting him in the back. Like, what, Sting? What the fuck are you doing?
He probably like, what is she talking about?
Exactly. I mean, this was the same year that we had Screaming Norman Smiley and the above average Mike Sanders. Remember that?
I don't want to.
The above average Mike. What? That was dumb. Oh God, yeah. WCW 2000 was a mess. I hated what Sting had become in that. I didn't like that. And I mean, honestly, even though I'm biased about it, I think the weakest would have to be Wolfpack Sting. It really would have to be, because you know the goatee was stupid. You know, the red and black didn't work as makeup. And I mean, you can even make a thing called, you can even say Main Event Mafia Sting was weak also, because I was like, bruh, you're in a group called the Main Event Mafia, and why you try to do things the right way? It's the Mafia. Remember, that was the whole story, huh?
Because, you know, Sting gotta be the good guy.
Well, yeah, that was too much. That was the whole reason with him and Kurt Angle beef. I was just like, yeah. Sting, you're in the Mafia. Be heel, please. That's what. So I wish, like, yo, if you gave him a chance at a heel turn, like, even Joker Sting was a heel because everybody just gravitated and loved him. So I love Sting. It's gonna be sad to see him go. He's one of those athletes or entertainers, whatever you want to call them, that when they leave, it's gonna be sad to see him go. It's kind of like when LeBron retires. You're gonna miss him badly when he goes, and it's gonna be weird just not seeing Sting come up there, and it's just like, oh man, I want to enjoy Sting, man. Yeah, so that stuff is cool. That stuff is going to, it's going to suck, but he had a great career.